Just a friendly reminder that the opinions expressed on this show are not worth a Canadian penny, so disregard anything you hear that might get anyone in trouble. And despite some of the great ideas you may hear, don't try them at home. Go to a friend's house instead.
It's time to get a gun. That's what I've been thinking. Well, I could afford one. And if I did just a little less drinking, time to put something between me and the sun. When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.
Hello and welcome to Slamfire Radio. This is episode 313 for July 18th, 2019. I am one of your hosts, Adriel.
I am the other, one of the other, Trevor.
And I am the other one of the other, Kelly.
Yeah. McFly's not here, and the substitute for McFly's not here. What the hey? We know why McFly's not here. He McFlies. What's up with the other guy? You get anything from him?
Nope.
All right, then. We go to the default. He hates the listeners, and you suck.
Correct.
All right, good.
Yeah,
Good.
I think that's exactly exactly
What has transpired here? Yep.
Yeah. Just outright hate for the users. Yeah.
Yep.
Why don't we get into what we did in guns? What we did in guns this week is brought to you by the Calgary Shooting Center, Canada's premier firearms retailer. Right now, they've got Vortex Diamondback 10x42 binoculars. I hate how 10x42 is a thing. They're
Why?
$299. They're not 10x42.
Oh.
They're 10 magnification, 42
Yeah.
objective, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then you get into scopes. And then what kind of scope do you have? Oh, I have a 3x9. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you don't. Yeah, you have a 329 by 40.
Mhm.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
Also
right.
Confusing. Yeah.
When people tell me they have a 3x9 from now on, it's going to be one of my pet peeves. Thanks for that.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Adriel.
I'm
We'll never
glad
hear the
you-
end of it.
Glad
Yep.
to have added to your complex.
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast again today, and it's like the third podcast where the host said on accident instead of by accident.
By accident.
Drives me bananas. If you say on accident, you don't deserve to speak. You should have
Is
your
it
speaking
kind of like
privileges.
if you say irregardless?
Right.
Ugh,
Not a word.
not a word.
Irregardless is not a word.
Regardless.
Regardless of how many times you use it, irregardless is not a word.
But is furlough achieving a word?
Don't make this about me.
Technically, it is because it's now in a dictionary.
Right.
It is.
But irregardless, not a word. And on accident is just plain douchey.
There's lots of words that we can use that are plain douchey.
Yeah, you won't let us use them on the air.
Let's record them after, shall we?
Perfect.
All right. Well, I'm actually streaming two ways right now. We're streaming on Hangouts, and I'm streaming this also to the other stream that we abandoned. So I'm testing this out right now. We're testing it live.
See if they'll go.
Doing
See
it
if
live.
it'll go. It might. You might get two notifications. Slamfire is live two ways. You can watch us on two screens if you really wanted to right now, and I would recommend that you do because then we get twice the viewers, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's how it works.
Okay. Jason
Trevor.
Phillips,
Oh.
irregardless is not a word either.
Irregardless.
Irregardless.
Somebody's making that up.
Jason Phillips.
I think so. Yeah. Anyways, Trevor, do you want to let us know what you're up to in guns this week?
Sure. So only two things. Working my butt off on SummerSlam. SummerSlam is 19 stages, 336 rounds, the biggest match I've ever done. It's probably the biggest match Atlantic Canada has ever seen. And there were simply 6 stages that could not be built until the range was closed for construction week. And Rifle Day is Monday, so we didn't take that away from them because they're going to lose they're going to lose a day, and Trap's going to lose a day during the week of the match. So we started construction week on Tuesday. Let the rifle guys have the range on Monday, and we're actually going to stop construction on Sunday during Trap for a couple hours Sunday afternoon. So I got a lot of it done, but there were 6 stages I couldn't tackle until construction week started. So because they're on ranges that we typically don't use, So there's the 22 range, the 600 yard range, and the 200 meter rifle range. So I got the ones done on the 600 yard range. The quick and dirty, couple of walls, target stands in a box, real quick and dirty. The two today, we got there at 9:30 and we left at 6:30, and we did a couple of other things, especially when it was done. But basically, it took us all day to build those two stages. And they're both short courses of fire. 60 rounds, but I had to completely build everything, plus, put poppers in place and hook up activators for swingers and stuff like that. And everything gets staked down. The target stands, the walls, the activators, get a little plate for the stick to rest on. So everything is consistent, repeatable. So anyway, heck of a long day. Shout out to Chris Kingston for working with me all day today. It was just him and I. Fingers came by and did a little bit of stuff too. So all I've got left is stages 18 and 19. They're really simple. And then I've got to do a couple of piddly little things like, a couple of little things on a couple of stages. Simple stuff like I need to put a piece of wood, like a piece of plywood, on a barrel because they're going to lay a gun on that. So that's got to be done. Little things like that. The big job on Monday and Tuesday is going to be hanging all the targets, marking the uprights, so when the targets are replaced, they go back in the exact same position, so the view and array doesn't change, and calibrating all the steel. So we run a chronograph stage at SummerSlam where we do equipment inspection and chronograph everybody's ammo. So the chronograph needs to be calibrated the day before the match and every day of the match, and it cannot change by more than 5% from one day to the next, or it's deemed to be not calibrated and you lose it. And the other thing you have to do is, once you have that chronograph calibrated, it's got to be calibrated with ammunition that's between 120 or 121 and 125. You can't adjust it over. You can't calibrate it with ammunition over 125 because that's the minimum power factor. You take that same gun and the same ammo and you calibrate all your steel. So what that means is you go shoot the steel in the scoring zone, or I think they call it a scoring zone. No, they call it the calibration zone, which is what we would call the bell on the popper. So poppers are calibrated, and with this sub power factor ammo, my match ammo is consistently 121 power factor. So I go around, I actually hit every popper in the match to make sure that it falls with sub power factor ammo, and then that means that the steel is calibrated, and we should have no problems as long as they don't change. Sometimes they do change throughout the match, and that's a problem. If somebody hits it and it doesn't fall, they call for calibration. If I hit it and if it does fall, it's a miss. If I hit it and it doesn't fall, then they get a reshoot, and I adjust the popper. I don't concentrate on the bell. I try and get them to fall if I hit them in the stem, because a lot of people hit them low. So they should fall if hitting the stem. When I initially calibrate it, the rule says that I have to calibrate it by hitting it in the calibration zone. Fine. But when I show up to do a calibration call, if I hit it in the stem and it doesn't fall, then they get a reshoot. If I hit it in the stem and it does fall, they don't. So I don't, when I'm adjusting them, I make sure that I adjust them so that they'll fall when they're hit low, to give the shooter the fairest opportunity to knock the steel down. So that's a big thing that's coming up that I've got to do. And then it's just the other stuff like put out the shade tents, put out the garbage cans, cut the grass, stuff like that. So the pre-match is 6 days away, and I only have 2 stages left to build. And then it's basically just, clean up and stuff. Somebody's calling from Newfoundland. He sent me a text, said, "Hey, I know you're busy, but do you want me to try and get some prizes from local gun stores?" Yes. Don't call me now. Just go do that thing. I think it's Rick. It's one of the Ipsic Newfie guys, so they're awesome for calling me or texting me and asking me if that's something that I would like. Okay, so that's it for the SummerSlam update. Actually, there are spots that have opened up. So if you're a listener and you don't know that yet, there are spots that have opened up. And I had somebody just cancel on me today. I got to get back to him. And so I've got like 5 or 6 spots opened. So
now,
I got all my...
when they back out at this point, do they not get their money back and you just fill a spot with someone else?
Correct. Right. Yep. So, but one guy was like, "Well, can I get a credit for, the cancellation policy has passed, but he's got a story. He's been deployed, blah, blah, blah. Might miss the Nationals, blah, blah, blah. my heart goes out to him. But if I make an exception for him, then it's
Exactly.
everybody's gonna start, right?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah, my Kuis came in. So when I was in Alberta, I purchased 3 Kuis. One was back at Denise. I sent them the money for it, and I picked it up when I got home. I don't know if I showed it on the show or not. Then the other one, I walked into Cabela's, and it was a Kui Model 84 20 gauge sitting on the wall. So I bought it. And then before I left, I bought a 16 gauge off CGN. So in case I haven't shown them yet, everybody pretty much knows what a Kui looks like. But there's the 410. The barrel has almost no bluing left, but no rusting, no pitting. So I think what I'm going to do with all 3 of these, except for the 20 gauge, because the 20 gauge has a case hardened receiver. So case hardened has that, like, if you drop oil in a mud puddle, that chemical swirl look to it. That's what case hardened looks like. So that receiver I'll leave alone. But the receiver on the 410 and the receiver on the 16 gauge, I think I'll get Denis to rust blue them, and then I'll hot blue the barrel. So I'm a little disappointed with the 16 gauge, but we'll save that for last. So there's the 410. Yay, 410 Kui single shot. Trigger's horrible on the 410.
Mm-hmm.
On the 20 gauge,
That's bad.
believe it or not, I think it's worse.
Oh.
The 16 gauge is mint, man. It's so nice. It's like, it's just so nice. It's not heavy. There's no creep. It's a nice single stage, no take up, just pressing it fires.
Nice.
I'm going to
Try dropping it. Drop the butt on the ground. See if it goes off.
Really? You make me do that every time. Nope.
Okay.
All right.
I was thinking like maybe someone polished that trigger group up.
A little too much.
It's something. Yeah.
Yeah. So this gun, one cool feature is it came with some old school like artwork. Check this out.
Yeah, I saw that. I was going to ask you to.
Yeah, there's a hand painted grouse underneath the handguard.
Nice.
And then here's a Drake mallard.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, I got a rooster pheasant.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, they're not horrible. Well, they're horrible. Let's face it. But it's hokey in a really kind of cool way, you know? Like,
That's some
it is
character.
what it
Kind of
is.
like you.
Yeah, that's it. So, unfortunately, this one must be from a very early transition period between Kui and when Winchester bought them. It's my understanding that the Winchester Kuis are not as good as the regular Kuis. You guys have heard otherwise, heard nothing, I don't know. So, on one side, it says Kui Model 84, made in Canada. But on the other side, it says this, made by Winchester Western, and in brackets, Canada Limited. And the serial number looks like it was punched on there by a 5-year-old.
Mhm.
And then, I like this close-up thing, Adriel's working well. Look at the fit between the handguard and the receiver. There's quite a ledge there.
Mhm.
All the other ones fit smooth and flush. Like, check out my 12 gauge.
Oh yeah, nicer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at that fit, right? And the other ones are like that too. So I'm disappointed that the Kui I got in 16 gauge says Winchester on it. I wanted straight up original Kuis. That wasn't in the ad. I don't know if that's something I should have asked about. It is what it is. I paid $150 for it, so you know. And the bore is immaculate. It looks like a mirror in there. So
I think it's still pretty cool.
it's still pretty cool, but it's not exactly the model I was looking for. It's not uncool. It's not exactly what I wanted. So you know what that means. Keep
You're gonna have to
shopping.
buy new. Yeah.
I'll find another one. And Gallon is working on that 28 gauge for me. So
Maybe you can find an artist or commission an artist to put some game animals on it.
I would
28 gauge, maybe like a mice on there.
Yeah.
That's what you hunt with a 28, right?
28. But what
Yeah.
else could I mean? Anything
mice.
bigger?
Maybe a
Yeah.
rat. Yeah, that's about it.
Maybe.
Chippendale.
Oh, killing the Disneys. So.
Bugs Bunny.
And then the CFO in New Brunswick sent a email to members of the New Brunswick Firemen's Advisory Committee.
Okay.
He wants a list of activities currently going on ranges and activities that could potentially go on ranges. And if they are activities that are sanctioned or governed by an organizing body such as IPSC or IDPA or Cowboy Action, he wants to know that as well. So
I don't like the direction of where that's going.
No.
I'm not sure the direction. I'm like, well, maybe he just wants to, get rid of the outlaw, make it up as you go type matches. Maybe I don't want him to do that, but maybe his head is at like only activities that are sanctioned and governed by organizing bodies will be permitted on our ranges.
The next step after that,
which is what?
As soon as they start saying only sanctioned, then they're going to start mucking around with the sanctioning and what's safe and what's not. They're going to get in there and say, oh, IPSC, 10 yards. Hey, we think it should be 15 yards to steal. And now that's the thing that you guys got to do. Yeah.
Well,
can you say no? Can you say, talk to our lawyer and that's none of your business?
It is his business because he's in charge of sanctioning ranges in New Brunswick. Everything that happens on that range, he approves of or doesn't.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, he has the power to shut you down. So, something to consider. The New Brunswick range safety standards, because not every province has their own, but we've developed our own. The New Brunswick range safety standards have the word IPSC in them. All right. Like IPSC is a thing that happens on our ranges in New Brunswick. It's right in our range safety standards. So that's, that's good. I hope I don't know. I'm not sure what to think.
Well,
so
you can inquire. What is this pertaining to?
Yeah. I'll see what the email says later. I haven't read it yet. I just got the gist of it from Chris. Chris is the president of the New Brunswick Firearms Advisory Committee. So that's it for me, guys. Let's move on.
Trevor's tired.
I'm extremely tired. I was on the range from 9:30 this morning till 6:30 this afternoon, and there's been several days like that. I don't have to put in days like that, but I'd sooner put in days like that now, 6 days before we even have the pre-match. So I have this cushion of time. I don't want to leave it all to the last minute, because then if something happens and I don't have time to fix it or correct it, then I have to sacrifice so yeah, man, I'll work hard now and then coast into the match with everything done and all my T's crossed and my I's dotted kind of thing, right?
Right. So it's just the little things that might pop up.
Exactly. Yeah. So
cool. I guess that takes us to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I went and shot some gophers in the face.
How many did you get?
Like 100, somewhere around there. 100, 150, somewhere around there. Kind of lose count after a while and get into some areas and you shoot like 15 in like 5 minutes. Then, you lose count. Yeah, no, it was good. The weather was fantastic. It's been raining like every day here in Alberta. Yeah, and we finally had a day where it was beautiful. It was sunny. The little gopher, like this year's batch, were out, and they're real dumb. And yeah, it was a beautiful day.
You know why it's no longer raining?
Because Maple Seed's not out of the province.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm back in Ontario.
Yeah, no Maple Seed events. Therefore, well, I mean, it's raining right now. It was raining yesterday. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But that day it wasn't, and it was fantastic. It was hot and sunny. Lots of gophers out. Lots and lots of gophers out. I brought out my Nork bolt, and I made some like decent long range hits with it with bucket of bullets. Because I have a ton of it and I got to use it. So I got out and I shot so much, and then I put my extra rounds in the bucket of bullets, and it's like, it doesn't even look like I hardly shot anything. There's a couple hundred rounds out of it, but that was good. It was a lot of fun. A lot of offhand shots, a lot of standing shots, which were really nice. And some of my prone shots were like right around 100, that kind of thing. So
cool.
Yeah, it was all good. Like, I think a combo of like Maple Seed and CRPS for the long range stuff. It's like, 100 yards. Okay, yeah, I know the drop. I know how much to hold over on those, and I'm not really facing the wind. What's that?
Where'd you go?
Over near Bonnyville.
Okay, cool.
You've been out there. Yeah,
same spot.
But good timing. Excellent timing for the time of year, and we got busy. We got after it. With the sun where it was, if we were facing south, there was like a shadow every time a gopher would come up. There's like a decent shadow they put on. So
wow.
you put on like polarized sunglasses or something like that, and they stick right out, and you can see them very easily, and then get after it. Yeah, and there was a ton of them out there. So that was a ton of fun. Got a whole bunch. I sold an SKS.
You did?
I had two, and this one guy I know was looking for one, so I was like, here you go, buy this one. So that's make some room in my safe. I was actually going to sell them a different one, but it's at my parents' place. My parents are like building a new house, and so
Really? They're building a new house.
yeah, and the safe was like in behind a whole bunch of garbage, so I couldn't like get to it. And I'm like, I'll just sell them the other one.
That pretty one there that you had the other day on the show.
Yeah, that's the one I sold.
You bastard. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I told you I wanted that.
Really?
Yep.
It's an SKS.
Yeah, but it's a really nice SKS.
There's
I
lots.
can't believe I said those words. That's amazing.
It's also a sold SKS.
Yes, thank you, Kelly.
Yeah. No, so I don't know. I've already got an SKS, and now I had two. Don't need two. Sold it. Now I'll buy other stuff. I gotta sell this. No, wait. I'm trading that BCL 102. I'm trading that.
Are you?
Yeah.
What are you trading for?
A guy offered to trade
boot.
me an M1 Garand in
What?
308.
What?
Really?
It's a built one. So he's building these, I believe, from Breda receivers and some like Greek other
Breda.
parts. Breda,
Breda.
whatever. Greek.
There's actually
Greek to me.
Beretta and Beretta. Anyway.
Yeah. So I think that's what he's doing is just building. He's building all of those, but who cares? I don't care. New barrel, new wood. Yeah, hook me up. So
Yep.
I'm gonna get that, and then probably monkey around with that for a bit, sell it, and buy something else. I don't know. We'll see.
It's what you do.
Yeah, that's the thing I do. So I got to get to reviewing the.
Do you know? Do you know what barrel's on it? Do you know if it's a Citadel or a Citron or Criterion? I mean, no,
don't know.
no way.
Nope.
Find
I
out
don't
when you.
really care because
I do.
regardless if it's you do,
Irregardless.
Yeah, some might buy it.
irregardless,
Irregardless, not a word.
And then I don't know. I've been doing some like maple seed stuff and like prepping up some kit stuff and slings and whatnot.
He has been on it. I like
Yeah.
him. I'm so happy Adriel came on board.
I've got enough stuff to make 50
Me too.
slings.
He'll teach instead of shoot and give you a chance to catch up to that high 240 score.
Yeah, I will just throw him on the line and reshoot.
244.
Yeah.
244. Don't be calling it a 240.
I said high 240 score. Listen, I kissed your ass royally at the
You did.
yeah.
You don't need to anymore. I'm there. I'm good.
Right.
All right, that's it for me. Kelly?
So I've been away for 2 weeks. I've been doing the Maple Seed Western
Never realized.
Tour. Yeah,
What?
thanks a lot. Shut up.
we missed you.
I've missed you too. That was one of the best part about going to the charity shoot was
Was
we
it
got to
ever?
hang out together. Like
We were all
neighbors.
roommates.
Yeah,
It reminded me of college.
it was kind of like college, wasn't it?
Yep.
Stacy and I, we were rooming. You and Gallon are in a room. There's bodies everywhere.
Just like college.
Drinking until 4 a.m.
Yeah, there was less liquor and sex than college, but other
Yeah.
than that, it was a lot like college.
Yeah, it was. You guys were awesome. It was. We need to do it more often. Just go shoot, have fun,
Get
hang
an
out with
Airbnb.
everybody. Have an Airbnb circa
Drastically
1970.
Underreport the number of people who are sleeping in that Airbnb.
He might be listening.
It's true. That's true.
Well,
yeah,
re-
circa what? I don't know if we
19
talked about this.
1970.
No, it was more in the 80s because there was a microwave in there, but it was a period correct microwave. I swear to God, like that Airbnb was straight up out 1983. Now the paneling on the wall
Was
70s. Yep.
Yeah.
But the furnishings were from the 80s. Even the toaster was from the 80s. Like, how do you find, like, he must have hit all the yard sales to furnish that with 1980s appliances. It's crazy.
It was kind of cool.
It was very
really
cool. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah,
Very homey.
we had quite a few people in there, and we had one bathroom, so it was interesting. But everybody was really respectful
Not
of each
just
other.
that, it was the bathroom we had to share with Gallon.
Yeah, and he was having monkey bottom, as he liked to call it.
Monkey butt. Monkey
Yeah.
bottom?
Monkey bottom. It was not good, but it was a brown bathroom. The tub was brown. Everything was brown. It was interesting, to say the least, but it was fun. We got to hang out with some people that we really like to hang out with. Gavin and sorry,
Angela.
Well, yeah, Angela was there, and Ian from the Prepper Podcast. Everybody came over. All the IITs we had a Maple Seed on the Friday, and all the IITs came over, and everybody just hung out. It was really cool. Actually, I'm going to talk about the Maple Seed Western Tour in a bit, but I wanted to talk about the charity shoot. I just wanted to say to Jason Felt, you put on a fantastic event. It was well run. The guys from Drumheller, they gave me swag. So the Drumheller District Shooters Association, I got stuff like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, see the hat?
Swag? Where's my
We got
hat?
T-shirts, we got mugs, we got water bottles, and yeah, so I brought some stuff home for Kevin, but I also have some stuff for me too, and then we gave it out to all of our IITs. Did I not give you anything, Adriel? If I didn't, I will send you something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So at the charity shoot, I got a chance to talk to a lot of people, some of our other podcarters. So we got a chance to. I got this chance to shoot Adriel's WK-180. It was fun. I'm not used to shooting that style of firearm, but tried it once, and then I said, "Hey, Adriel, can I try it again?" And I liked it, so I might have to get
Fun
one.
gun.
It is a fun gun. It's
Non-restricted.
really fun. Yeah. I went and played with Rick's new precision rifle as well. It's chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. So he's been building it as he goes across the country. So it's got an IBI barrel, it's got a MDT chassis, but it's a really fun gun to shoot too. And it was like, yeah, it's a little bit too much money for me, but he's putting it together because it's his dream gun. So I said, you only do it once, so go and do it. Have fun with that. What else? Ian from the Prepper Podcast, he brought his Ruger his Ruger pistol carbine. I tried that out as well. That's a fun gun too. Gallon has one of those, and he says he loves it. So he's been using it. Hasn't he been using it for IPSC events?
That's right.
yeah.
He's shooting SummerSlam with it.
Is it?
It's at Denise right now getting Cerakoted.
Oh, what color is he doing?
I have Ian's. I'm borrowing it for review.
Oh, that's right too.
Yeah.
I think he's doing like a flat dark earth or something, which I believe is beige.
Black. You need black all the way for it.
That's right. It's already black.
Yeah, I know. So why do a Cerakote on it?
Because apparently he's got this takedown, it's a takedown. He's got a backpack for it, right? That it folds up and goes into.
Yep.
And he wants to make it the same color as the backpack. Why? Like you either have the backpack or you have the gun. When you have the gun, you don't need the backpack. So it's not like the two are going to be together at the same time. So they need to be color coded. Really, Gallon? You're color coding your firearms with your
accessories.
Wardrobe? Like,
it's his man purse.
Man.
Yeah. But okay. As I said, we had some great time with some of our podcasters and also our fellow listeners. I got to meet Richard Bone. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that.
It's always good to see Dick Bone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And some other people as well. What else? I saw Doug Rodenbush. He's watching tonight. So hi, Doug. And yeah, I just had a really, really good time at the charity shoot. Best thing about the charity shoot, though, was getting to hang out with everybody. And it was also, Trevor.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so we were all I listened to the last week's podcast, by the way, and we were all part of the ploy to get you to shoot a little bit extra, on the El Presidente stage.
I'm well aware, yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good. It was good to see you losing your mind a little bit.
I was let in on the joke by the RO in the first 2 minutes.
Really?
Yeah,
James,
true story.
James.
I knew something was up almost immediately. It was too obvious.
I thought we were friends, James. What are you doing?
I just can't see you suffer like this, Trevor. Suffer? I mean, yeah, they're mean. Suffer. I'm shooting, man. It was awesome.
The Drumheller Range I went to a lot of ranges last week or the week before. Drumheller Range was fantastic. It's beautiful. It's probably one of the most beautiful ranges I've ever seen. incredible. A little muddy, but it was beautiful. And Terry, who is the president, he's a fantastic guy. We also saw Rick and James. James, I'm no longer your friend because you let Trevor in on this, but they were fantastic guys too. And they, as I said, they gave us all this swag. It was awesome. What else? Oh yeah, we did Maple State. So Stacy and I, we flew out together from Toronto. We even sat beside each other from the Toronto flight.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, we were able to arrange that to Calgary. Then we went and we picked up a car a little bit of ways from the Calgary airport because we saved $600. Yeah. And then we went back to the airport, picked up Gallon, and then we made our way to Drumheller. Fantastic time. We did 7 events. So we did Drumheller, we did Chaz, we did Sherwood Park, we did Lloydminster, Rosthern, Regina, and then we finished off in Winnipeg. Every single event was pretty fantastic. There was some great participants. There was some rain. There was a lot of rain. There was I thought it was going to snow at Sherwood Park, seriously, in Lloydminster, 5 degrees in the morning, and it was raining. It was horrible. I'm back in Alberta. Yeah. We were thinking it was going to snow. Hey, Trevor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to hang out with Yolanda in Lloydminster.
Yeah, I heard. Congratulations. I'm really happy for you.
She's fantastic. I've never met her in person, but
What?
Yeah, I've talked to her like 1,000 times, but I've never met her in person. So it was the first time I got to meet her.
How amazing was that?
Yeah, she's pretty amazing. So
She is.
yeah. So I just want to say hi. Hi, Yolanda.
I was getting pictures from you guys. I was getting pictures from Stacy. Every a-hole who hugs Yolanda needs to send me a picture to remind me that it's not me being hugging of the Yolanda.
Yep. We were a Yolanda sandwich there for a while.
Sorry, that made me purr a little.
I just loved hanging out with her. She couldn't stay. I bet you did. She couldn't stay all long. She was on her way to Edmonton, but she made a point of coming by the range. So
of course she did, because she's awesome.
Yeah, she is. We also met lots of listeners at every single one of those events. Some people that write into the show regularly or listen. So we gave them some swag and told them I'd say hi. Hi, guys. We did catch... sorry, I did not catch the plague from Gallon. Gallon was so sick. He was like... he
finally got sick?
Yeah. So by the time you reached Winnipeg, so we were staying with the range host, Bren. And so Stacy and I were sharing a room. Gallon was in, he's a single man. So he has like a reloading room. He has a gun room, and then he has his bedroom. So Stacy and I stayed in the bedroom.
Living the dream.
I know, eh? So Gallon was staying in the gun room, and then Bren was staying in the reloading room. And
where was this?
In Winnipeg.
I know. Whose place?
Bren. He's
Bren.
He's the president of the club there. So Gallon was so sick, he kept everybody up all night, and Bren kept referring to his patient Zero. He was coughing like you wouldn't believe. As I said, he had monkey bottom. It was everybody who shook his hand, we were telling them to, wash, and we actually bought hand sanitizer so that we attached it to our range bags so that we could
brilliant
wash after.
It's a good idea.
Yep. I wasn't sick. Stacy wasn't sick. Gallon was
That's
sick.
the first.
I know.
Gallon says every time he flies he gets sick, but I mean he had been on the ground for days.
But every time he flies he gets sick. So yeah.
But it took a while to kick in this time.
Yeah. What else? Oh, we got a chance to push all of our instructors in training. So they all stepped up to the plate. They flourished. Basically, Stacy, and by the time we were done, Stacy and I were able to sit back, relax, and watch these guys do all the points of instruction.
Start drinking.
Yeah. No, we weren't able to do that on the line. We thought about it, but we weren't really. We thought it wouldn't, our insurance wouldn't cover it if that happened.
Right.
I like the idea of a couple sauced ladies in the back row in the peanut gallery just shouting like, "You're not doing it right. Do the palm shelf thing. Come on, like I showed you to.
Get your elbow under the gun." How many freaking times?
Yes, that would be
But
awesome.
That
we
would be
did
awesome.
drink liberally. It's after some of the shoots were done.
Oh man, did we ever get into the sauce after the banquet though?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, there's parts of that night for me that are like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Somebody kept telling me they loved me. Her name was started with an S and ended with a Y. Love you too. Yes, I love you too. What else?
Look at this here. I love you, Kelly. Yes, Stacy. I love you too. Not 2 minutes later.
You were
Kelly, I
listening,
love
weren't you? She's a happy drunk. I love her.
Yes.
Okay. What else did we do? We promoted 3 really outstanding people. We promoted Adriel. Did I tell you, Adriel, how much I appreciate you?
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
I'm
as
going
well.
to tell you again. We promoted Ryan B. Temps. Like, this guy is fantastic. I just love him. He was so quiet last year. I'm going,
I'll
oh
tell you
God.
how much, listeners, I'll tell you how much Kelly loves this Ryan dude. Before he arrives, Kelly and Stacy take me to the side and like, Trevor, we really like this guy, okay? I'm like, oh, okay. No. You don't understand. Like, don't scare him off. What do you mean scare him off? What am I going to do? No, Trevor, we like this guy. Like, you need to be nice to him. Don't scare him off. I'm like, I don't understand what any of this means. Like, where's this coming from? So yeah,
Oh,
you guys
what?
really love this Ryan guy when apparently I need some boundaries established before he even
Well,
shows up.
Ryan is was very quiet and very sweet and very in the shadows. And I'm going, oh my God, what are we introducing him to? So we thought maybe, okay, Trevor.
Yeah, I need the warning. What about Gallon?
Okay, we gave Gallon a warning as well. So
All right.
Gallon, don't ruin him. We like him.
Don't ruin him. What do you think? He's not going to molest them? Well,
I
maybe.
know. So
He's kind of cute.
we promoted Adriel, we promoted Ryan, and we even promoted Gallon as well. We did it on the last shoot in Winnipeg.
We even promoted Gallon. Come on. Gallon surprises
Gallon
me.
is
He's an excellent
fantastic.
instructor, completely
is.
professional.
Very. Yep.
He was fantastic throughout the whole entire trip. We didn't have to. I occasionally threatened to actually throw him out of the car if he didn't.
Why not?
Don't make me pull over. The whole entire trip, he called me Maple Seed Mom. He kept taking Snapchat photos and labeling me with Mom. I'm going, you're an asshole.
Well, didn't we make a MILF joke at your expense a time or two?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but Gallon really stepped up, and he nailed it, especially at the last event. We were in Winnipeg, and Stacy and I, we were toast. We were done, and Gallon was as well. But he was fantastic. He took over the line calling when I was done, because I was literally done. And we also had a chance to meet some fantastic IITs. Chris Kemble. So when I was listening to the show last week, you were referring to Ryan as the guy that would put up, I don't know what it was.
Oh, Chris, that's his name, the ninja.
Chris, yeah.
Chris gave me the 1022 to shoot.
Yeah. And he's built 6'7" and 240 pounds, and
Yeah.
you're not.
No, you're right. I'm not. Neither are you. Neither is Adriel.
No. But fantastic guy. We call him the ninja because he last year he was able to sneak up behind us. This guy is 6'7", right? But we could never hear him coming up behind us. So this year, what we did was we went and got
Because y'all be too busy talking all the time.
whatever. So when we went to the dollar store, and those kitten collars with the little bells on them.
Oh my God, you didn't.
Yeah, we got the ones with the reflective tape and everything, so they're safety. And he put them on every shoot that he went to, and he went to 5 shoots. He wore those kitten collars on his wrists.
You know what? Who's going to tell him no? Who's going to question it or make fun of it? You do
Nobody.
that death touch thing on you.
Yeah.
You're dead.
But he was fantastic. So we finished up in Winnipeg on Monday. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah. So we finished up in Winnipeg on Monday. We were totally exhausted. On Tuesday, Gallon had to be at the airport by 5 o'clock in the morning. By the way, there's no Uber in Winnipeg. Did you know that?
Yeah, or Vancouver.
Oh my God.
but there's a like a city bylaw against them because the taxi mafia is too powerful.
Cabal.
Okay. Yeah. So we ended up going to the airport at about 10 a.m. for us. Stacy and I weren't able to get seated because the flight was freaking full. It was full of children. It was awesome.
No.
Yes. No. Kelly and Stacy had maybe a total in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we had maybe 10 hours of sleep over 2 weeks. So you know how.
Stop it.
No, serious. You know how happy I was, excited I was. So what happened was at the Winnipeg airport, I set off the scanner. You know how you go through security.
Yep.
I wasn't able to finish my coffee either. So I dumped that, went through the scanner, set it off. I'm assuming it was because of gunpowder. So I was
Scanner.
yeah.
I've never set the scan. The
scanner-
the puffer. The puffer
Only
thing?
the swab.
No. So I got a hit, and then I was asked to go and do an ion scan, which is fine, whatever. So I got ion scanned, and it was fine. I passed it, so they let me go.
What did you get hit on though?
I don't know. I'm thinking it was probably gunpowder from my
The
Oh,
metal
they
detector you
shirts.
walk through doesn't do gunpowder. The only time they're going to get a gunpowder is if they swab you and put it into the machine.
No, some of the fancy
Mhm.
US ones, they have puffer things. You go through, you put
Yeah.
your hands up, it
Yep.
puffs air around. It's
Yep.
never got anything off me. I've
Interesting.
reloaded the same day and gone through one of those puffers and shot the same day and gone through one
I
of those
have no idea.
puffers.
Graham Foote said he also got hit at Calgary by the same thing. So
Hmm.
it is what it is.
Yep.
As I said, the flight was full. So what they did was they sat me with. So the receipts themselves are 3 and 3. So they had 3 children under 5 over on the left, sorry. And I had a window seat, and then I had 2 moms beside me. And these moms were maybe 30 years old. They were, knitting. They're yelling at their children, telling them, be vegans or whatever. And there was no entertainment on the flight. So before the flight boarded, they said,
Was it Air Canada or WestJet?
No, WestJet. So they said it's not working. So we recommend
Oh,
that you
no.
go and buy magazines or something to take on the flight. I said, perfect, no problem. I got that covered. Because High Capacity magazine came the day before I left for Calgary, and I wanted to read it. So here I was sitting in my seat for 2 hours, and I was reading my High Capacity magazine while mom and other mom was sitting beside me knitting with their children. And then they actually saw my magazine, and they promptly turned and wouldn't let their children see what I was doing. And no one talked to me. So I was actually very happy about that.
Excellent.
I was cranky and nobody had to talk to me. That's awesome. Oh, that's the other thing. It's the first time ever I had seen Adriel tired. We were in Regina. I think you were exhausted. You had a long trip with us. So
Lloyd.
thank you, Adriel. Was it
Lloyd.
Lloyd?
Yep.
I think you were like the Walking Dead. That's
Yeah.
how we get. After 2 weeks, it's kind of like we're done.
Yeah, there's some good days and some bad days. Like if you can get to sleep the night before,
Mhm.
half decently early, that helps. Staying up until 1 and then getting up at 5 in the morning is
Problem. Yeah,
detrimental to your sleep and your mental health. Yeah,
Yep.
doesn't do so good.
We pretty much always get up at about 5 o'clock.
Mhm.
Sometimes 4:30, 5 o'clock, sometimes 5:30.
Yeah, you got to
5:30.
fix that, man. Like starting the maple seat at stupid o'clock is why.
Well, so
Because
you
do wanna
end at a good
stay
time
at
though.
Stupid o'clock,
Yeah, I
What's
like
that?
I like leaving at 4:35.
right?
I like that.
Well, 5
Yeah.
o'clock ending, 5:30 packing up, 6 o'clock getting off the range. But if we're doing like a fall shoot or a spring shoot, like darkness happens.
Yep.
Like, so
Yep. Very true.
yeah. So
Darkness.
that's the way you
Darkness
can do.
does happen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Welcome to Canada.
Yep.
So that's it. I spent 2 weeks in a car with Galen and Stacy, and nobody died. It was awesome. And I had the best time of my life. Really, I did, because I got to hang out with all my best friends. And, well, Kevin was missing, but that's it. So, yeah. And, yeah, just a reminder, everybody, that the CCFR calendar, the deadline is July 31st. If you're interested, send me an email at kellywheaton@firearmrights.ca. and Kelly.Wheaton. Or also, we're having CCFR Ladies' Days, where we have a bunch of them. Like, we're at the 20th right now that is being planned for across the country. So if your range would like to host a Ladies' Day event, also send an email to me, kelly.wheaton@firearmrights.ca, because we would love to sponsor you. Just saying. And
Are we doing one?
he's-
Are we doing one at my range?
You guys haven't sent me anything.
Oh.
I'll talk to Lisa, but
Yeah. That'd be neat.
okay. Yep. Well, I have to talk to Terry too. Send them a little something, something. Okay. Oh, that's it.
All your stuff? All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, why don't we go into upcoming events? The one I have here is the Meaford Steel Challenge. It's going on September 7th, 8th, and 9th. They still need some ROs, so come on out and meet some great shooters, and Kelly. Ryan McLean, tactical teacher, and Greg May will also be there working the event. If you're interested in helping out, send in a message to the Facebook group or email Chris at psoc.ca. Next, let's head into some of the news here. The first news was the CFAC members. Have you guys seen this? Some of the CFAC members were stepping down just before.
They have Tracy
a
went
term.
live about that. The one who was a shooting victim from, was it Polytechnique? Yeah. She stepped down because the committee is basically not anti-gun enough.
Yeah, she thinks that she's being used as a political pawn for the Liberal Party. They're not kowtowing to her demands of removing all firearms from everybody.
Yeah, so. And I mean, it's okay that the Liberals have that committee just for the sake of having it and aren't actually using it for anything. You know, to their constituents, it looks like they're tough on gun control. Right. But in reality, it's just there to look like they're tough on gun control.
Right.
Remember, under the Liberals, we got more black guns into Canada than we did under Harper.
We're continuing to get more.
Yep.
That's right.
So Heidi Rathjen, and it was also the chair of the committee as well. He stepped down too. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, they're also just on 2-year limits. So if they decide, like, their 2 years coming up right away, maybe they're just like, we're you guys aren't banning the assault guns with them shoulder things that go up, and we're out of here. But maybe they had to get out of there anyways because it came up to their 2-year term, right?
Their 2-year term would be in September, wouldn't it? That's when they were. I think that's when it was.
I don't know. It seems like a powerless, useless thing at this point. So, yeah, just haven't really been following it that much. All right.
Why don't we talk about the UN Armed Treaty?
Yeah, did you guys hear about that one? So the this is something that we the federal government had agreed to a year ago, maybe. There was a couple different things. This is a UN arms treaty for small arms and non-small arms. The piece that we're most interested in is in the small arms because it has some ambiguous wording in it that could mean lots of different things. And primarily, it's ceding control over your own firearms laws to the UN, which is never really a good idea. Anyways, we are going to enact that arms treaty on the eve of the federal election this fall, which seems kind of strategic in terms of timing. I'm not actually sure what this means because I looked through it and there's some like markings and there's some other non-proliferation stuff in there that we shouldn't be selling guns to warlords in Africa or something like that. But I don't remember doing that anytime recently, so I'm pretty sure I'm covered for that.
Are you sure? You stole the SKS recently.
That could have made its way to Africa, I guess. Yeah. That was interesting. And this last one, this is actually out of Edmonton. So a little bit, I've been arguing with some people on Reddit about this one. There was a Canadian couple that was the article says Canadian couple shamed for kissing behind dead lion in safari photo. And this is like the nicest title I could find because all the other titles were pretty heavily editorialized. But in general, this couple that owns a taxidermy business here in Alberta shot a lion and took a picture in front of it, and some people got their britches in a bunch.
I saw somebody standing there with a sign that says "I am Cecil." You know, everybody needs a cause, but why don't you pick like people causes, or like go take care of the animals at the SPCA that are truly neglected as a result of
Or
human,
abused.
right? Yeah. The lion was harvested legally. For all you know, somebody ate some of the lion meat, you know.
They
So-
generally do use the meat locally. Like you can't
Yeah,
ship
that's
it
right.
back because
No.
of
but
export
somebody's eating
controls.
somebody's eating the meat, so good enough. So that means it's not just trophy hunting because the carcass is getting used. So stop calling it trophy hunting. Yes, they got a trophy out of it, but somebody got some meals out of it. So shut it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're so bloody concerned about the well-being of animals, go down to your local SPCA and adopt a cat. Like, bring them a bag of litter or dog food, or pay to have something spayed or neutered. Never mind this industry because it offends you, you vegan soy drinking.
Well, it's not just vegan soy drinking. It's hunters
know.
too. There are some hunters that are against
Right.
the idea of trophy hunting. Then this, like, I'm actually
Then don't
I'm-
do it. Then don't do it. But don't stop me from doing it if I want to, and it's a lawful activity.
Yeah. And I think I'm actually going to write an article on it because it's something
Nice.
that, like, I don't care that vegans are against this, because like philosophically I can respect it. You don't want any humans killing any animals. Cool. That is a purist philosophy, and I can
Right.
respect someone's ideas. I'm not going to do anything about it, but I can respect that they have that viewpoint. It's the hunters
Poo-pooing on other
choosing-
hunters.
Yeah, poo-pooing. Oh, they didn't show enough respect to the animal. They didn't do it this way. I think their intent was this, and I don't
Yeah.
agree with.
I think you should shut up.
Yeah, there's too many extra things that go around it that try to restrict it. And I'm already like, here in Alberta, there was a hunter that was spear hunting bear. There's actually a couple
Bear,
hunters
yeah.
that were spear hunting bear. A video gets out of him spear hunting the bear. He's excited afterwards, and they're like, "Oh, this is not respectful." They banned spear hunting in Alberta because of
Wow.
that. And it's
Wow.
like the thing is, like, a lot of this stuff we get squeezed from both ends. Some people are like, "Oh, you shot an animal with a rifle. Oh, you big man. Go out there with a spear or a knife." Some people are doing it. "Oh, that's barbaric. You can't do that." We're getting squeezed on both ends of this
Yep.
argument.
Yeah.
And
What do you
there's
want me to
really-
do? Wrestle it to death with my bare hands?
Yeah, there's really no winning with this, and I think the only true strategy that we need to take is one of that we're hunting. That's the way
Hunting
it
is
is.
hunting. Yeah.
Hunting is hunting, and I don't care if it appears that they're not respectful, or I don't care if their intent isn't the same intent as you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the same thing as you. It's legal. In this case, like that
Okay.
with true. Sorry, I'll just keep
I
going.
was just gonna say,
Jump in.
Keep going.
as long as I'm not gonna go and shoot a lion. I'm not gonna do that. But if it's legal, it is legal. It is what it is. If that is your thing, go and do it. I can't say anything about it. But if it's something that's done illegally, then I'm not going to support
we're not,
that.
Yeah, we're not even talking about that. That's a whole
Yeah.
other conversation.
Yeah.
So, you're right, Adriel, about it's disgraceful that hunters would throw hunters under the bus like this. It's like, while you're eating your McDonald's cheeseburger, don't talk to me about hunting. Oh, hunting is cruel. Listen, if you're a meat eater and you don't, and you think that hunting is cruel, you're not only a meat eater, you're a hypocrite and an idiot. Like, you need to educate yourself. No meat eater should be critical of a hunter,
Right.
period.
Well, the other thing that I see is the analogs between how the firearms community in Canada demonizes like AR-15s and handguns. They're like, "Oh yeah, I like hunting, but I don't need an AR-15," and they demonize those things. And the same thing's happening over here. They don't realize like this, like after trophy hunting goes, what happens next?
Hunting.
Bear
Regular
hunting. In BC, they banned grizzly hunting, not because like the species was dwindling or anything like that, because it was socially unacceptable.
Yep.
Now there's a big problem for us, because if it, like, you take this all the way down, trophy hunting goes first because it's a flashpoint. People take flack for taking photos in front of a dead lion. What about your photo in front of that dead deer? Did you really need the meat off that deer? You could have just went to the grocery store.
Yep, I could
And
have. I'd like to know where my meat comes from.
chips away at it, right? No,
Yeah,
I mean you
you're
can
right.
like. There's lots of great meat selection at the crunchy hippie granola meat markets, right? You don't need to go for that deer, and that's the reasoning that we're gonna take with this thing. We need to have trophy hunting, and we need to have trophy hunting as a thing, so people see it and they know it's legal, and at least we have something to argue about that's not
Yep.
us.
And if you're a hunter and you don't approve of it, that's fine. Don't do it. Change channel.
Yeah, and don't poo-poo it, because it's damaging for us to have legitimate hunters poo-pooing what other people are legally doing, and probably like doing a ton of good actually in some of these places. Whether the lion is, I think in this case it was like a farmed one, which again is not my cup of tea. I would not go hunt a farmed lion. It has nothing for me. But that lion wouldn't have lived if that industry wasn't there, because there would be no point. And even if it wasn't, if it was one of the park ones and they had to get rid of it because it was old or whatever, and they sold a $10,000 license to go do it, cool. They like some conservation officer would have had to do that job anyways, and it would have cost them money instead of made them like 10 grand, right? Who cares about all the other stuff in between? It's a net benefit. Anyways, I'll keep talking about this if you guys don't stop me. So I'll stop myself.
Say you're going to write an article about it.
I'm gonna write an article about it, because I think that like I'm not gonna change the mind of people who just don't like hunting. I hope to change the mind of hunters who poo-poo it, because it's a strategically poor choice to throw these
Other
guys under the
hunters
bus, because next it's you, and it's not even like it's not an alarmist thing. BC banned grizzly bear hunting. It's gonna start happening more across the board, and that's just because of the lower mainland. The rest of BC is like rural and wild, and they probably wouldn't care about that. And they have to listen to the lower mainland because that's where all the population is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they only grant ban grizzly hunting from non-Aboriginals. The First Nations are still free to grizzly hunt all they want, because they wouldn't dare try and mess with the treaty right. But you're not First Nations. Oh, it's not socially acceptable for you to do it, which is ridiculous. Yeah. They only, I'm not being critical of the treaty rights. I support the treaty rights 100%, but it's socially acceptable for one group, but not for this group. So it's almost like some kind of reverse racism. The natives are still allowed to do it because they're natives, but I can't do it because it's not socially acceptable for non-natives to do it.
Yeah,
That's
I would rather
ridiculous.
have conservation officers in charge of the whole whack, and they manage the population, and they manage whether there's going to be game taken or not, because as soon as we add in all this other stuff, we end up with some really weird situations, like you mentioned, where some groups basically on the color of their skin get to hunt, some of them don't, and it's not based on conservation or anything else. That should be where the buck starts and ends, is conservation.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, moving on. Sorry.
Yes.
I got a little bit heated.
Right.
I've been arguing with people who are just like throwing random stuff out on this, and it's from a position of complete ignorance. I don't trophy hunt.
Yeah.
I'll never go to Africa and trophy hunt, but it's okay if other people do. I won't stop them. It's legal. It helps.
But you go to Bonnyville and trophy hunt.
Yeah, I mean, tell you what, you're sorry about that lion. Let me show you the 100 gophers I shot in the face over the last weekend here, and they look really cute. And you can find the tame ones in Drumheller. You can feed them.
Yeah.
But
really,
I feed them lead.
I could choke a gopher.
Yeah, or punch it.
I would. Oh, I could punch a gopher right in the face. How come I wasn't told there were tame gophers that I could punch in the face in Drumheller?
You probably didn't try feeding him, right?
I wasn't told. I would have tried to feed them. My God, I would have been like,
you would have horrified all the parents at the Royal Tyrrell Museum as you. It could be a little bit whack. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a 40-something-year-old man get all geeked out and get so excited at the Royal? Well, let me tell you, I got pictures of Trevor.
oh, you're talking about.
It
pretty
was
cool
awesome.
museum.
It is a
pretty
cool
cool
museum.
stuff. Yeah.
He's like a kid in the candy store.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Museums are my
Yeah.
jam. I'm a big old, and you want to see me in a fort, man. If there's a Parks Canada fort somewhere, I'm all over that like a fat kid on cake.
Sweet. All right, let's go on to new gun stuff. The first one, I just saw this recently. I think this was yesterday. Iron Guns is bringing in a new
Mystery.
non-restricted mystery 308 or 6.5. It's going to be something. It's going to be something, but they're
They've
being
already
real
listed-
coy about it.
They've already listed the price, but they're not telling us what it is.
Mm-hmm. It's a
Okay.
mystery. It's going to be, it's a U.S. manufacturer.
Okay.
They've built an exclusive rifle just for the Canadian market with a few extras. It'll be in 308 and 6.5 Creedmoor. It'll be 8 to 8.5 pounds. They're going to have a 15-inch rail with an 18.6-inch custom fluted barrel
Probably just that Troy.
Custom flash
nope,
suppress
because it's
suppressor.
exclusive to Iron Guns. So it's not the Troy.
Oh.
So there's two possibilities that are bouncing around my head. One, NEA is licensing it to not only BCL and Troy, but a third manufacturer. The second one, which is probably more realistic, is I was looking at Coat of Arms had a video from SHOT Show, and Radical Arms has the RMR 10, which is going to be a non-restricted 308 for Canada. It's a special 308, doesn't match the other AR-10s, so it's AR-10-ish, 1550 Canadian, which is less than the Stag. So very interesting. Although
1550 is less than the Stag?
That's total for the whole rifle. That's not a receiver set. 1,550.
Yeah. Okay, okay. The Stag is up around 2, isn't it?
Yes, the Stag is 1,900 to somewhere around there. Yeah. 1550 finished, ready to rock and roll. So, yeah.
So, RMR 10. Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what it is.
There's a lot of people guessing. Some people are saying ACR-ish for $1,500. I don't think so.
They said it's going to be ready to ship from the manufacturer to Iron Guns in 3 weeks. So they're already cranking these things out.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And the price is good. And yeah, we're getting some real good 308 semi-autos, non-restricted in Canada. Yep. I'd love to see a couple more of the AR-15s in there just to like get the competition going a little bit more. But I'm happy with all these as well. CCFR's Ultimate Choice Gun Giveaway. Kelly, do you have that open?
Yeah, I do.
You want to read this out for us?
So they've already done a couple of the Ultimate Choice contests. This one is number 3, and the deadline on it is July 25th, 2019 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, although I think it's actually Eastern Daylight Time if we're doing this correctly. The Ultimate Choice Gun Giveaway contest, it began on July 2nd, and as I said, it's going to run till the 25th. The deadline, as I said, is at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the contest is, God, I can't even speak, is sponsored by the Canadian Coalition for Firearm Rights, it says, and no purchase is necessary, but if you're going to do it, what you have to do is you go to the firearmsrights.ca, you go to their website and you click on enter here. If, as I said, it's no purchase necessary. How you enter is anybody is eligible to win the contest. You have to do one of the following. So a $25 donation to the contest. For each $25 donation, you will give basically one opportunity to win. You can do a handwritten 1,000-word essay. Get right on that. Adriel, you should be doing this right now.
Handwritten.
Nope.
What was it, 1984?
You'd be all over it.
I think that's because they have to have a free option, right? Some contests, you got to do that. Yeah.
So for the $25, going back, for the $25 donation, you're going to get one of the embroidered patches of the CCFR patch and one of the Civil Advantage patch for free for entering. Okay. Now the next piece, as I said, is 1,000-word essay on how to bring about change in firearm regulation here in Canada. And then you submit it. So those are the 2 ways that you can enter. The prize is basically, it's a choice package, and this is being basically supplied by Select Shooting Supplies. So thank you, Dean. You have an ultimate hunting package. In that, you got a Weatherby Mark V added It's sorry, whether it be Mark V, I can't speak.
I had noticed. Needed
you.
all the listeners that have fast forward 3 minutes ago.
Mossberg Silver Reserve in 20 gauge. You got a Ruger 1022 and Nikon Monarch MS4 to 16. You got a Nikon P3. I'm just going to say.
Taken so long, I don't even know what you're talking about anymore.
Yeah. So that one is ultimate. Shush.
CCFR's got a contest.
CCFR's got a contest. Go to their website. Check it out. Awesome.
Right.
Next.
They got a package for competition. They got a competition. They got one.
This is why I don't keep ammo in my gun room. I'd shoot myself.
And then you go and go to the website. You can check out everything that's there.
The Beretta back there, I could probably get the job done with.
Score a second mark in it before you.
So dark.
Next, the Durham Outdoors is bringing in the Hera Arms AR-15 straight pull charging handle. So if you prefer the charging handles on the left-hand side that are fixed on there, that's
where they're supposed to be.
That's kind of neat. I like the compact ones that stick in closer to the receiver because it's less in the way. I don't even really run an extended charging handle on mine, and I game with my AR-15s. I just don't feel the need.
Really?
Yeah,
I do.
I've tried, but I get a good enough grip on that thing as is. And half the time, if you need to use your charging handle in a match, it's because things have gone wrong.
Yeah. Stupid.
And then you got to mortar it. And I've mortared my rifle a couple times.
Then things have really gone wrong.
Yep.
I bought this Raptor for my AR-10, but it's DPMS Gen 2. Which is really the perfect size for an AR-10. If you don't know what a GPMS Gen 2 is, listeners, there's a couple of different patterns of AR-10 rifle. There is no mil-spec. Most of the ones out there are the DPMS pattern. Well, DPMS came up with a Gen 2, and it's halfway between an AR-15 and an AR-10. Everything's really cool. Just a little bit bigger than an AR-15 and a little bit smaller than an AR-10. It's perfect.
The barrel shank is incredibly small on them.
Really?
Where the barrel extension is, that's small as well. So I like the Gen 2. I wish more rifles were made in that pattern because I think it's a better pattern. It's a more modern, smaller. I think you'd end up with a lighter weight rifle after you made one of those.
Absolutely, you would.
Yeah. Cool. What was the last thing? Oh yeah, Iron Guns. They've got some PS. They got some PSA lowers with Deadpool riding a unicorn. If you want a lower like that.
Speaking of lowers with cool riding, did you guys see what Sean from ATRS posted?
Oh, okay.
I saw before even you did. Yep.
No, you did not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did.
That is not true. You were trolling me again.
No, I saw it before you did.
How did you see it before me?
Why didn't we talk about this in what we did in guns?
There's a special receiver being made for Trevor.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I saw it on Facebook before you did.
Oh, well, all right, fair enough. And you know what? When I saw it, in my defense, I was driving, so I didn't really look that closely at it. So that's my defense. Yeah, I was looking at Facebook while I was driving, but not closely. And
really?
No, not really. I don't know. Maybe. Are you a cop? Am I being pulled over?
Am I being detained?
Yes.
I was both speeding and Facebooking today when two RCMP drove by me. They must have been playing on their phones because they didn't catch me. They're allowed to do it, Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So when I saw the lower, it had the really cool selector options on it of the middle finger and the peace sign, and you don't get those.
And so did you see the serial?
I did. So I thought, wow, that's cool. I want that. And then when I got home, I looked at my phone properly and realized that the serial number on said rifle was my last name. I thought,
yep,
I bet this is mine.
Well, they're not giving it to somebody else.
No, you can't sell it either.
Yeah.
No, never. No.
Yeah, you won't do that.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, but Deadpool riding a unicorn, that's pretty cool. You got to admit.
Is there a link to this? I'd like to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the show notes. That's the thing we use. Yeah. It's a cartoony
thing we use.
Yeah. Sometimes we're not on our phones.
I was monitoring the Facebook feed.
Oh, okay, good.
Since you were animated. Okay, yep.
Since you were monitoring the Facebook feed, YouTube, were you monitoring?
Yes, that's YouTube? What I meant. I was monitoring YouTube. Yep.
What do we got over there for listener feedback for the YouTube version?
A lot of hey, how are you? Stuff like that. There was a shameless plug for Chris's
Chris
Martial Arts
Campbell.
Academy, which is in Winnipeg.
No,
And
it's in
no,
Saskatoon.
sorry, Saskatoon. Yep.
Momentum
Same
Martial
thing.
Arts.
Same thing.
Say it again,
Winnipeg,
Kelly.
Saskatoon.
Momentum Martial Arts in Saskatoon.
Momentum Martial Arts in Saskatoon. Yeah. So if you're looking for a place to train and get beat up, go to Momentum Martial Arts in Saskatoon.
He specializes in kids. Well, not really, but they can
And
probably
beating them
beat
up. I mean,
Trevor.
anyone can beat up a kid. You just like they're small. You just give them a kick or something.
But how many?
And
Like, what's the cutoff, right? When do you become overwhelmed by the swarm?
I think I could do hundreds before I got bored. Before I'm
Really?
like, you know what? Yeah, this is
You
enough.
could not
Kick.
take on hundreds. You would get
Wouldn't you
tired.
Get tired?
I don't know. I mean, you got feet, you got fists, you got elbows. I mean,
Yeah, but they bite.
Dude,
mm,
swing a couple of hundred fists and elbows and tell me you don't get winded.
oh, you'd get winded for sure. But like
Yeah.
tired, like bored after
Bored.
100. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
Jeez, I'm just
so in this version we have unlimited stamina. It's attention span we struggle
God,
with.
where are we going with this?
So how many kids could you beat up before getting bored? I don't know, man. It depends on the reaction of the kids, right? If it's entertaining to me, right?
they might cry in all sorts of different weird ways. And you'd be like,
Right?
that I haven't heard before.
Or if I get like a bitch, please, you hit like my grandmother, like, oh, bring it, Pipsqueak.
Yeah,
Anyway.
your grandma was very mean. Okay, so nothing else on YouTube there?
Well, then we got Doug. Doug says Trevor may not be able to strangle a bear with his
Oh,
bare
we went
hands, but
you went there.
I was trying. You interrupted me, Matthew. Anyway, he doesn't think that I could wrestle a bear with my bare hands, but I probably choked a cougar or two in my day, whatever that means. And yeah, that's it for all the entertaining ones, anyway.
Everybody says hi. That's it.
Good stuff. All right, on to listener feedback. Listener feedback is sponsored by Armory DC Gunsmith. Armory DC Gunsmith is a full-service gunsmith who specializes in firearms refinishing. He offers hot bluing, parkerizing, and Cerakote finishing, as well as wood refinishing. Check out his online inventory of new and used guns, firearms, accessories, optics, and more at dcgunsmith.ca. Our listener feedback is from Jason. In a recent episode of Slamfire Radio, it was mentioned that the TNW 1919 belt-fed machine gun was available in Canada as non-restricted in 30-06 and 308 for around $12,000 with 4 cloth belts. Do you have any more info on this? I have a buddy who has been itching for this. Thanks, Jason.
First of all, who's your buddy? Because
Yeah.
apparently he has a lot of money. Go ahead. You can tell him now.
Durham Outdoors has one. They have a TNW M37 30-06. M37 feed from either side. Comes with a tripod, 200 round ammo links. That's not the belt one. I can't even remember what the belt one was that we're talking about. There's a couple of them out there though. There's a couple of different places that are offering these. So take a look around. Search M1919 Canada. There's a couple of places selling them.
That's
That's
on Nuts that we found it.
yeah, entirely unhelpful, but that's the spot of the show that we're at.
Yeah.
If you'd like to send an email to us and have it not answered, head on over to your email program and send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com.
Also, stop Facebooking us. Just email, please. Don't send us PMs on Facebook.
Yes.
Don't send Trevor PMs on Facebook. The
No,
rest
send Trevor PMs. Don't send Slamfire PMs because you can't check them on your phone. You have to be on your computer.
No, you can check up on
and-
your phone.
It's a pain, but you need
It's an
that
app.
page thing. Yeah,
Yep.
you need the
I
page
don't-
app.
That's right. I don't want the page app. So you'll get an answer, but don't hold your breath, kind of thing.
Yeah, and it might be a real crappy answer because they'll be asking something about New Brunswick, and I'll answer it. I'll just do a real crappy job.
Perfect.
Yep. Podcast app reviews. We have one from Peach777 in Canada, rating 5 stars. Title: Best podcast ever. I almost said podcart. Whew.
I know we're conditioned. It's awesome.
Review: It's my go-to podcast, the only one I can't miss. Wish I would have discovered it years ago. Great job, guys. Brad from Medicine Hat.
Well, that's
Hey,
very
Brad.
nice, Brad.
That's a good guy. A good
Thanks,
guy.
Brad.
Yeah.
Shout outs. Trevor?
Other Trevor, Fingers, Stefan Drapo, Jose, Tresca, June, Chris, all those folks that have been busting their humps at the range this week to help our club and me prepare for SummerSlam to make it our biggest and best one ever. couldn't do any of this without that amazing team of people helping me. You guys rock. Thank you so much.
I wish I could come out just to shoot it. Maybe I should do that next year.
Do it. Jump on a plane. Come out and do it this year. I'll put you in. I got a couple
Like,
spots.
what's your round count's like
336. I'll give you the ammo when you get here.
Like I love it. 336. That's minimum. You're gonna
Yep.
need what? 600? 600?
Depends how much you suck. You hear not no one's doing it in 336. I mean, as a rule of thumb, we take double.
Yeah.
Because misses and because possible reshoots.
Yep.
So when I put that number out, and listeners who are coming to Slamfire or to SummerSlam,
SummerSlam.
I apologize that I did not get the round count out sooner. I never got around to putting it in the tablet, so I never actually calculated, the total round count. I said it was going to be like 300-ish, and typically it is. But man, somebody told me I was 100 rounds more than nationals. I don't know if that's true. I didn't look at the nationals one,
Sweet.
but yeah. Anyway, so now people are like, damn, I can't fly with that much ammo. Can I?
They're going to mail it.
Yeah, some
Or
people
not.
are going to ship.
Send it.
People are going to ship. Some people are going to fly with some and buy some when they get here. So I've got X Metal products, and Denis has some in the shop as well. So everybody should be okay.
Just sell some X Metal bullets at the match.
Doesn't work like that. I don't sell it on site for cash. You got to purchase it through their website. Send me the receipt as proof of purchase. Show me your PAL. I give you the product.
Oh, it's not going to work. There's no reception out there.
Not really, no. So, Kelly, you're waving at someone who's not there. You know that, right? You're just like,
I know.
Yep.
All right, I'm tired and I got to smoke a cigar. Let's end this.
Kelly?
I have a few shout outs. I wanted to say hey and shout out to my fellow podcutters. Great to see you. Stacy and Gallon for spending 2 weeks in a car with me. It was awesome.
Amazing.
Adriel, Gallon, and Ryan, congratulations on being a full instructor. To the many IITs who came out, you guys were fantastic for stepping up. It was awesome 2 weeks. And also to our listeners and everybody that said hello at the shoots. I just wanted to give a shout out to you guys too.
Cool.
That's it.
I got a shout out to Adam from Adam G is a 3-gun shooter. He kicked my butt when he came out to the June match, and I got second. As I was telling my wife, like, oh man, Adam's in my division. I get second. I'm never getting first. He shot at Prairie Fire in limited division, which limited is the most limited division that we have. That it's no magnification on your optic, regular pistol, regular shotgun. Whereas TAC Ops, you get a scope on your rifle, and open, you get whatever you want, basically. And these days, whatever you want, it usually includes a mag-fed shotgun and an open pistol, crazy red dot, compensated, whatever. He beat everyone from limited. He got top time. He smoked everyone. He's an incredible shooter, and that's a pretty incredible achievement to go in limited and just beat everyone.
Everybody.
Yeah, fantastic shooter. And then Patreon supporters. We have a new Patreon supporter, Cam. Now, Cam, did he email in his address?
He did. He's
Okay, good.
all over that.
I will send a patch and stuff to him. And if you're listening and you're like, oh man, I didn't get a patch, but I'm a Patreon supporter, like, email us again, and I will put one in the mail one of these weeks.
And one of these weeks, we'll actually put out an episode.
We'll do that too. Yep. If you don't like the Patreon thing, but you got to buy stuff from Cabela's, go to our website, click on the little link for Cabela's, and it'll be like, we told Cabela's about you, and whenever you buy something, we'll get a little kickback. Doesn't cost you anything, just so that it's them giving us extra money because we sent you. Please join one or more of our national firearms associations, such as the CCFR. Check us out on Gun Owners of Canada, and like us on Facebook. See you next week, everyone.
So if you have any comments or questions for the show, please send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Now go grab a gun and shoot something.
When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.